How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another video. Let's turn this fan on real quick. Alright, so like I said, we're going to be working on the truck. I already got the tire off. And now, all I got to do is clean this edge up right here and weld it all in. There's going to be some braces. I'm going to put a brace across it also. But it shouldn't really need it. But we're going to grind this down to bare metal and then get to welding. And then basically clean all the paint, get all the rust off of it, get it painted, get the bag in. So let's go ahead, grind this down first so it's nice clean metal for welding. There it is, all ground down. I mean, you can see bare metal right there. So now, time to get welding. Okay, well, like I said, it's kind of hard to see. But there it is. It's welded across the top. Cleaned up. I wound up putting the 1-inch lowering blocks here because I caught the stinking wire wrap, that plastic loom crap. Wound up catching that on fire, and I think I messed up one of my wires, but not a big deal. I can fix that. So now, this side is done. Top and bottom. It's basically clean it all up, get it painted, then I put the bag in. But I still need to get up here and trim a little bit of this bed off up there. But besides that, this side's done. Now, I'll get it cleaned up, then I'll put the bag in the fitting, and I'll show you what it looks like with this side basically complete. Okay, it's the next day. It started to rain like right after I got really into this. But that's okay. I went ahead, just finished the whole driver's side. So it's completely welded up, painted, and good to go. Only thing I got to do now is, well, besides put the bed back down, is put the bag in here. But I want to go ahead and finish the passenger side first and get that side completely welded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this side down, lift that side up, finish welding it in, and then after that we'll get the bags, get the wiring, get a little bit of hose ran, and this thing will be straight. So let's go ahead, knock the bed over, get that side done. Alright, I got both sides completely welded up and painted. So there's passenger side, there's driver side. Only thing now is I got a little bit of room up here, is I'm going to trim the rest of this down some. So I need to lift the bed back off again, and then we're going to trim the edge of this down. We're going to trim it here too in the middle because it is touching just barely, like, I mean really barely, like right here. We'll get that trimmed, and then we'll get that side trimmed. And while we have the bed, so basically what we'll do is we'll trim this side, we'll put the bag in, then we'll trim, basically work our way across. So let's go ahead and get the bed lifted so we can get this bag in and trimmed all up, and then work our way across. Well, it's the next day. I'm not exactly sure where I left off, but we're just going to get right back to it, and I will show you what I've done so far. So underneath, both setups for the bags are done. I mean, completely in. There's plenty of room up top for the fitting. Yeah, there you go. And all that stuff. And that's the same on that side. So both bags are done. Now all I gotta do for the back is hose from here to T-fitting, hose from there to T-fitting, and then the T-fitting right there all the way to the front. then basically it's just, I gotta finish the plumbing and the wiring, and that's it on this thing. And then it'll be knocked out. Where are the keys? I don't know. So basically it's run the hose, which I'll show you where all of that. So it's basically run the hose from the compressor to the switch, then from the switch to the T-fitting to the bags, and then hook up the wiring, which is just 2 wires. So let me go get the keys, and then I'll show you exactly what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we already built this previously. So the switch has to have electrical ran to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to splice into this wire right here, which is for the cargo light in the back. That's a constant 12 volts. Cargo light doesn't work, which I'll figure out later. So we'll run the 12 volts off of this to one of these, and then the other one of these will go up to the trigger on the relay. Now I already started running the one air hose from that'll run up to the compressor. Then it will plug into one of these. I think this one. Yeah, that'll plug into this one. Then I got to run a hose from here also through there, and that will go to the bags in the back. So I guess we really need to finish running the hose, because what I'm going to do is I've already got, it's going to come right through that hose. So basically, you know, big rubber hose which goes through the firewall, all that kind of stuff. Then the hose will come right to there. Then another one will come out, and it'll loop and go down the frame into the back. That'll be the best. And we're going to run the air line down the driver's side, because most of the exhaust goes down the passenger side, because this doesn't have dual exhaust, none of that crap. So we're going to come out, loop across the top, and then head down the frame rail to the back of the truck. So let's go ahead and get the one hose pushed through into the compressor, and then we can cut that, and we'll get down to running it to the back. That's going to be the hardest part. I think the hardest part of this whole thing is done, really. It's just all that welding and getting the back all chopped up and cut. Whew, it is hot as I know it. Alright, first let's go underneath the hood, and I'll show you how I got that ran. And this is basically complete underneath the hood. So of course you saw this before. Battery goes to the fuse, goes to a solenoid, on and off, all that kind of stuff, to the compressor. Now this hose runs into the cab to feed the system. Then this one runs from the cab underneath the truck to the back with the bags, which aren't hooked up yet. But basically this is done. So now let's go inside. This is just kind of sitting. So you got the 2 hoses that go in. This one right here comes from the compressor, and this one goes to the bags. And once they're hooked onto the back of this, let's get this down. Alright. So the one from the compressor goes to here, and the one to the bags go here. Now, when you flip the switch, or you push the switch up, air should come out of this hose right here. So let's go ahead. Ooh. Perfect. So now it's basically get this one onto there, get the other one onto here, and put the dash together, and then go underneath the back of the truck and put the hoses on the T-valve, and that's it. So let's go ahead and get the dash back together first, and then we'll head underneath the truck. Okay, so it is complete, it is done. Let me get under and show you everything underneath. I'll show you inside one more time. So there all wire hosed up, all done. That side over there. A little bit of a spaghetti mess right there, but I want extra hose just in case something happens. So it's kind of just looped up. But the back is done. Now you can kind of see what the bag looks like compressed right there. Now, get inside, and there it is, all put back together, and perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it so the compressor doesn't run off the battery down, and then we'll show you what it looks like as it's going up, and then I'll get under and show you what the bags look like. We'll just kind of do a up down for it. There we went up. Now I've only ran it. Turn things on. I only put 40 psi in it. I mean, you can see they're aired up good. So 40 psi. And it holds it. And I mean, there's me bouncing on the truck. And I mean, to make it go down, all you do is push the switch down. So I'll show you that going down. There we go. And now it's back down. Perfect. It works. It goes up, it goes down. I would say it's done, but I'm nowhere near being done with the complete truck. There's still so much more things that we're going to do to this. But for now, we're going to call this done. We're going to start driving it, and we're going to pull the Blazer up here and start working on the Blazer. As always, like, subscribe, comment. Catch you in the next video.